That's thing, baby. What you mouth on? Hold on, be brown, grade, and not kick him out, blood mount.
Chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Let's do it live, guys. Come on, guys.
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Let's do it live, guys. I'm a white man Jerry voice, baby. How you doing? How you guys doing today? All right, buddy. What's going on, ladies and gents? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. We're gonna get into it. Markets just opened 6 minutes ago, and we're getting a little bounce right now off the bottom of that channel. Listen, we've been in this channel. It's so strange, and you got to give some credence to the moon cycles, and it clearly has an impact on markets. Because if you look here, before we get into all that, I just got to point this out. If you look here, we started this consolidation zone spot on the new moon phase, which was on June 25th, a Wednesday. And ever since that moon phase, now this is a moon cycle that denotes a bearish tone. Supposedly, it hasn't been as accurate. Has not been as accurate as it was back in the days when I was interviewing. Me and Rice were talking to Waters Above, and he gave us his analysis on everything. It's not as accurate as those days, from what I can see. But you take the last one, it was definitely not accurate. By the time the new phase came around, we were break even. But this was supposed to be a bullish trigger. This one, same thing. Bearish signal. It did head lower. So this one was right. But by the time the new cycle came around, we were smack dab right back where we were. If I go back further. So the consolidation, I mean, we've been in and out of this tight zone right here. But this, I haven't seen this in a very long time. I mean, look how tight this zone is. Pause, no Diddy. All right. Speaking of Diddy. Ooh-wee. It's going down 9/11, guys. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to jail? They're deliberating now. They started yesterday. They had a lot of notes. JC says, "Why you imitating me?" Gotta put my white man voice on, buddy. JC freaks. That buddy. All right. Yeah, I think Diddy's going to jail, guys. He's definitely going to jail. Let me see if I can fix this lighting on my camera really quickly. He's definitely going to jail because he's not going to be able to get away with all of that. If you look at what the jury or the judge instructions were or are for this trial, he's going to get found guilty on something. And if found guilty on something, pretty much is going to put him in jail at least 5 years minimum. Right? So he deserves it though. From what I'm hearing, he deserves it. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. But anyway, we're here to talk about crypto and trading, not Diddy and the diddlering that he was doing. That's not what we're here for. Let me see if I can fix this camera real quick before we really get started. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. More content, new content coming very soon. We're gonna do central focus. Okay, let's see if that works. It's still changing it. That's crazy. Oh, face metering. Maybe that's it. Yeah, there we go, baby. There we go. All right, we in there like swimwear now. We are in there like swimwear. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's see if we can make some money. Diddy is going where he wants to go. You're probably right. The only thing is he won't have unlimited lube in the place that he wants to go. So we are starting to get a slight reversal. Again, it is only 11 minutes after the opening of the bell. We're going to take a look at what's going on with Trump, Elon. That feud is heating back up. I knew it wouldn't last. And just like I know that the Iranian Israel deal is not, ceasefire is not going to last. This is what I'm banking on. And I got a poly market link that I'm going to share with you guys that is very telling. Very telling. I don't know how y'all are so bullish in these uncertain times. These are some very, very volatile times. I just can't be balls deep in the crypto. I'm trading it. JC Freaks and myself, we're trading it. But I'm talking about like HODL bags. I can't have that much exposure. I'm at 30% exposure on my HODL bags. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said it in a tweet months ago. Y'all can have $120,000 Bitcoin. the risk is outstripping the reward. For another 20%, the downside is a 50% move down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so It is what it is. Anything for clicks ask, is Bitcoin dead? No, it's not dead, man. It's not dead. Only way Bitcoin is dead, which everything would be dead, is if we go into deflationary spiral, meaning, prices deflate, real estate, stocks, across the board, even prices of goods and services you buy and purchase on a daily basis, those prices go down as well. If we hit, and this is the central bank's nightmare. This is their worst nightmare, to see a deflationary spiral. This is why they keep printing money, keeping that 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10%, depending on what calculations you use. Inflation. They have to keep the inflation going to keep the Ponzi scheme going. You can't have a deflationary spiral where all prices go down. It messes up everything. You have to have prices continually slightly go up every year, year to year. Everything has to go up a little bit more, so you can pay off that debt that you had last year. More for me. Thanks for the weak hands. Brother, your hands are gonna... Listen, you're not going to have hands to catch these prices. Your hands going to be chopped off. Oh, man. All right, so let's look again. As I was stating, we're starting to see a slight break to the downside out of this consolidation zone that we've been in since, very tight zone since Wednesday, June 25th. We're going on essentially, and again, I haven't seen this in a very long time. We're going on 6 days of a range of literally like 1%, y'all. This is unprecedented. 1.5% in Bitcoin. I'm just going to be honest with you. When the move happens, it's going to be, the longer we stay in this coiled up region, the more violent the move is going to be. The more violent. We're going to take a look at the Bloodalytics trades here in a second. Hopefully we can get into something live. Trading on Bit2Next right now and Blowfin. So check those guys out. I have a QR code and a special thing going on right now with Bit2Next and Bloodalytics. So if you sign up, scan that QR code right there, sign up with Bit2Next, and email me at algo@cryptoblood.io, algo@cryptoblood.io with your UID number from Bit2Next, and we'll get you set up. And I need your UID and your Telegram. I'm sorry, not your Telegram. Your TradingView username. Where do you get your TradingView username? You might ask. Right here in the corner. So you click your icon once you're logged in, and you'll see your TradingView username right here. Send me that and your Bit2Next UID, and we will get you a free 5-day trial of the Bloodalytics scalping system that you see on the screen right now. Bada boom, bada bing. So interesting. We'll again take a look at the zones from yesterday and compare them to today's zones. You'll see an interesting little pattern going on there. In a minute, we'll take a look at that. And also, if you guys want to have automated trading like JC Freaks, where you kind of just sit back, you can I put enough in there. If you're a paying member, you can add to your positions, and it will manage those positions that we're in. But it's enough for you to get your feet wet as far as the trades. We're not betting the house on these algo trades. Little, toe dip. But over time, that those compounded gains will do well. You can try that out over at Blowfin. All right. So Blowfin and Bit2Next are the partners right now. And I can't forget, I do still have the free trading Telegram room with BYDFi. You want to check that out, go ahead and do what you need to do there as well. Now, we had the futures down slightly today. Dow Jones is up a little bit, but we don't really pay attention to the Dow Jones. It's only 30 stocks. That's not what we want to pay attention to. We're paying attention to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is off 0.5%. If I go to futures or pre-market, let's go to pre-market. It was down 0.3% or a third of a percent, a little bit more than a third of a percent. So it has accelerated, not by much, but it has accelerated its losses. Wow, that was a sound. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was a take profit on Ethereum scalp. But we'll watch it, man. The day is just starting. These two are beefing again. Whitney and Bobby, they're beefing again. And it's causing more uncertainty. And you know, Tesla is one of those 7 stocks that props up the whole shebang. The whole stock market is predicated on 7 stocks, which is insane. That can't end well. That cannot end well. I don't even know how we got to that point. Let's take a look at the scalps, because we just had to take profit on the scalps at some point. All right, we just took some profits on the scalp short for Ethereum. That was placed on 4 a.m. this morning. But more importantly, I want to look at Bitcoin scalp. The 1-minute scalping chart with Bitcoin Bloodalytics. Very interesting observation here. So yesterday, this is yesterday's zones. I added zones onto the chart. You guys can get this chart right now. Let me put this in the chat room. Or not. The hell? Why is that not working? Very strange. It is not adding it to the chat room. Let's go here. I'm going to really quickly add it to the chat room from here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Get this in here. Bada boom, bada bang. There you go. All right. So you can check out this chart right here. It won't be activated, but you can activate it. Hitting the link in the description below or scanning the QR code you see on the screen right now. Now, this is interesting. Yesterday's session, very tight range. Again, Euro session. Started at 3 o'clock in the morning, Monday. Ended at, it ends at around 12 p.m. noon, Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 noon, something like that. But what's interesting is all day yesterday, tight range, U.S. zone or session basically stayed within the same tight range that the Euro session was in. This blue turquoise shaded area is the U.S. session. So we broke out of both of those sessions today during the Eurozone. And now we're trying to get back up there. So if I draw a line at the bottom of this box, you'll see what I'm talking about here. I draw a red line that denotes the bottom of the yesterday's session for the London and New York zones. You'll see we are now trying to press back up against or into that zone. Will we continue that? We'll see. I mean, we had a nice big V, and this is on the 1 minute. So violent V shape here that just happened. So we need to just monitor that. We need to monitor the top of yesterday's zone and the bottom of yesterday's zone. So that's the zone we need to watch. And essentially, very close to the zone we've been in for the last 6 days. Very close to that same area. So watch those areas for potential breakouts. We had a pump fake or fake out up here on Sunday. And we got slammed back in there. But we're now at the bottom area of that zone that we've been in for the last 5 days. Very tight zone. Once we move out of it, we're going to really accelerate our profits because we're locked in We're ready to go. We're currently, let's see what we got on the table. We're short. We're short. We're short, ladies and gentlemen. Across the board, we are short. Actually, we have one long. We have one TRX long. That's Tron. We have everything else is short. 5 trades on the table right now with Bloodalytics. Long Tron, short ETH, and we're up 54% on ETH. We're up 28% on Solana short. We're up 13% on Near short, and we're up 2% on Bitcoin short. Near is our baby. That's the one that's the money maker. That pays the bills, ladies and gents. The Near trade, when it gets it right, I tell you guys all the time, you're talking about 800, 900% ROE on those trades. So let's hope we can get that going one way or the other. We're dynamic here. We're actively trading. We don't stick to one narrative, what we feel in our gut. I've been wrong many times, and Bloodalytics is going the other way. So it's not based on feelings. That's what I love about automated trading, a rule-based system. It's no feelings involved. It's not what I think or what I want to happen. It's what is happening. So again, tight range. We're at the bottom part of yesterday's trading zone, and we'll just monitor that. Let me show you some of the swing trades visually, so you guys can kind of get a visual marker on what's going on. As I stated, the Bitcoin trade, we are barely in the money. We went short this morning at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. Look at that wick on the 13-minute. Wow, what a crazy wick right there. Crazy candle there. That's very crazy. All right, so we're in short there. We are in a short on Ethereum, which we entered on Monday at 5:30 or 6 o'clock p.m. Monday. So that's been doing well for us. Took some profit here, and we're still riding the rest out. BNB, we have nothing open on BNB. We closed out of that successfully with profits from a long we had from Monday. Okay, we closed out of that Monday night. The good thing we did, because markets did roll over, so we were able to get out of there. Let's take a look at Near. Near's another one we're short in. Went short on Near late or early this morning. Late last night, depending on what time, what coast you're on. But we're short on that one. Nice long trade here from Sunday on Near. We nibbled on that all the way until we closed and went short. So we did well with that one. And then Solana. Solana is our biggest winner right now on the short side, because we ended up going a double short. We went short here. Short right here on this candle. Then we added another, doubling the position here on the bounce up, and nice trade there. These wicks, man, on last candle is crazy. I haven't seen that type of wick action on the open in a while. So there you have it. Who we got in the building here? Zero Fuck says, cigar in the AM. Damn, son, it's a celebration. Hey man, I have to have my cigar and coffee in the morning. Charles Newsom in the house. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Hope you're doing well out there in Canada. I think you're in Canada. Putting all your business out there. Yeah, gotta have the coffee and the cigar in the morning, man. Get the day started. Then I'll do the cold press later in the day. I only eat once. I eat once a day. For all of y'all that are wondering what the secret is, to the baby face and how I woo these crypto women out here. Just eat once a day, ladies and gentlemen. That's the secret. Fast every day. Just eat once a day. I know it sounds easier, and it sounds easier than it is to do, but once a day, guys. Once a day. Fasting once a day keeps the doctor away. That's real talk. And I'm about to get onto a new regimen that my mom actually does. This is part of her regimen. We're gonna call her Dr. Blood because she literally just got her not MD, but doctorate in nutritional health and something else. Shout out to Dr. Blood. So she uses this powder called spirulina. Have y'all heard of spirulina? Let me know. Give me a 1 in the chat room if you've heard of spirulina. I know we're going off subject. We're going to take a look at Trump and that situation. You guys know I'm still mad at Trump, man. I'm mad at Trump because he stabbed the MAGA crew in their backs. He stabbed us in our backs, man. He said we weren't going to go into any wars, unnecessary wars, and that bombing of Iran was unnecessary. It was necessary for Israel because they was getting ass. Israel was calling uncle. They were like, oh, wait, please stop. But spirulina, really quickly. Yeah, actually, you can be pretty. It's crazy you say that. I don't work out like I should. If I do my calisthenics, bro. If I do my calisthenics wisdom bars, I will be very cut and have a high muscle mass and be very cut. I just don't do calisthenics anymore, which I need to get back into. You can be very cut and very buff on a diet, on a fasting diet, a perpetual fasting diet. So spirulina is a type of blue-green algae, often consumed as a dietary supplement known for its high protein content and various potential health benefits. It's rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other beneficial compounds. Y'all need to check this joint out right here. If y'all are not hip to spirulina, go down to spirulina. I'm sure there's all types of YouTube videos you can check out. All these gurus selling shit. I don't know about all that. Go to Better Health. If you got a Better Health in your area, check out a Better Health and get you some spirulina. It's expensive. But here's my thing. What in your life do you spend a lot of money on? Replace it or add to it. And spend the same amount on trying to live forever or for a very long time until Elon gets his Neuralink set up, and you can definitely live forever at that point. Round of applause. Damon King says, one dark green powder form is what I use in my smoothies. The bombing wasn't a spark to the war, though. What was, Wisdom Bars? Strippers keep me fit. The membership cost is a lot, though. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, check out the spirulina. Let's take a look at two things. I want to take a look at, and I'm curious to know what Wisdom Bar's feelings are on what spurred or started the war. Johnny B. Crypto in the building. What's going on, my guy? Thanks for tuning in. Let's look at what's going on with Trump. This is from Zero Hedge. So we have basically this big beautiful bill, ladies and gentlemen. I think I got a side I hate to say this, but I think I got to side with Elon on this one. I think I'm going to have to side with Elon on this one. So Tesla falls 5% after President Donald Trump lashed out at Elon, accusing the Tesla and SpaceX chief executive officer of benefiting excessively from government subsidies for electric vehicles. See, this is what I was talking about. Mag 6, top 6 stocks that prop up this whole Ponzi scheme we call a stock market. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, and Nvidia. I thought Tesla was in there. Tesla's not in the Mag 6? I didn't know that. I did not know that. So Trump's digging at your boy Elon again. But he's mad because I think Elon is exposing or pointing out, again, double speak. This is what the MAGA crew, Trump, this is why we're mad at you. This is why we've gone insane MAGA gang on you. Because you kind of turning your back on, Doge. We wanted to cut spending. We wanted to have a lean running machine here in the U.S. Cut away all the excess fat. But this big, beautiful spending bill, I'm calling it a spending bill. This big, beautiful bill is going to add $3 trillion to our debt. Now, help me understand, we didn't even get $1 trillion out of Doge yet. So there's absolutely no point that we should have just let Big Boss do his job wherever he was and not waste everybody's time. You could have kept USAID going, just had the money just funnel out, because it doesn't matter if you're not going to actually attempt to fix this problem. I was believing in you. For some reason, I was believing in you. But I knew, deep down inside, I knew that you cannot, in a debt-based system, you cannot cut the spending. You cannot cut the debt creation. Once you stop that, you turn that spigot just a little bit to the left, rein in some of that spending, rein in some of the debt creation. Once you do that, the whole house of cards falls apart. You have to keep the Ponzi scheme going by issuing more new debt with more new interest to create more new dollars. So we have here Elon on the President Trump this morning. He says, Doge designer, are you going to deport Elon Musk? Trump said, we'll have to take a look. Oh my God. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? The monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wow. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies. Boy, Trump, man. Elon responds to this. So tempting to escalate this. So tempting. But I will refrain for now. Must continue here in his tweet. Number 2 is destroyed by this insane spending bill. What good is Doge saving $160 billion when this bill increases the debt ceiling by 5T? I said 3. I said 3. It's $5 trillion. This is insane. 106. Might as well just not. Should have just hung up the jerseys. Went to Disney World. Called it a day. No point. All that running around on Fox News, talking about this inefficiency, this Social Security double Social Security numbers, people that's 130, 300 years, all that is irrelevant if you're going to add 5T to the whole situation. He said, what good is Doge saving $160 billion when this bill increases the debt ceiling by $5 trillion? It makes mockery of the work. It sure does. I have to agree with Elon. Ketamine fueled crazy ass. I have to agree with him. I have to agree with him, guys. I hate to say it, I have to agree with him. Wisdom Bar says here, Israel started its own war with them. Trump just gave a warning shot, not saying we won't join a war with them soon. But the war started now with us involved? Not yet. I could be wrong. Here's why the war has started by us bombing. By us bombing, it has set everything in motion. Like the train has just left the station. Put it to you that way, with us bombing Iran. And on top of that, you know what else it did? It completely and utterly destroyed. You want to talk about obliterated? It obliterated any possibility of a positive outcome in Ukraine and the Russia war. Russia, just after the bombing, they turned up. They started bombing all types of shit over there in Ukraine. They're about to they are about to obliterate Ukraine. Round of applause for that. Because Trump just literally, the world saw Trump backstab Iran because they were in the middle of talks. They were supposed to have another round of talks the following day, and he knew that Israel was going to bomb them. He thought Israel was going to obliterate them, but they were shocked. They were surprised. We don't have boots, tanks, and jets in the air over. You won't be able to. I mean, you can, but see, Iran is not Iraq. That's what people have to understand. Iran is not Iraq. Iran is 8 times the landmass of Iraq, if I'm not mistaken. 8 times the landmass of Iraq. This is not the same game. Not at all. And Iran has a strong support from Russia. More so Russia than China, but even China. So this is not this is setting up for a broader, basically a Ukraine-Russia war on steroids. Little baby says here, but it's true. The additional trillions to debt will increase Bitcoin price. But is it true? Additional trillions to debt will increase Bitcoin price. Good question. Very good question. And it's a complicated answer. It's not straightforward. You would think it would be. Right? More debt, more dollars in the system means a weaker dollar against other assets like gold, like Bitcoin, and stocks. All this stuff. The more you print, the more the weaker or more dollars it will take to buy said thing. Gold, Bitcoin, milk, eggs. Takes more dollars because the dollar is weaker. But in this case, I don't see that playing out that way. At least not initially. Because at some point in the near future, we essentially go bankrupt. We're already bankrupt, but like it becomes kind of like a known secret, if you will, across the world, the global financial markets. Hey, US, yeah, they're at like 37, 38 trillion. They're at 40 trillion. They can't pay none of this back. So if you lose confidence in the dollar, and people start to pull out, pause, then you have a deflationary event, which I was talking about at the beginning. You start to have prices fall, stock market fall, even gold fall, oil fall, everything fall. Johnny B. Crypto said World War III needs a manager. Trump is it. Listen, I'm not saying I don't like anything about Trump. Trump is still a G. Not gonna lie. The way he navigates all these things and he's getting stuff done, I just saw something. Maybe it was on Zero Hedge. Let me see. Let's get back to this really quickly before I go back to that, because I want to show you something. Look at this. So then Trump fires back. Elon, he said Elon is upset he lost the EV mandate, but he could lose a lot more than that. Oh! Trump asked about deporting. So yeah. What Elon said here, so tempting to escalate, so tempting, but I will refrain. Yeah, bro, you better refrain, because Trump really could end your life, like, because a big portion of what makes Tesla, what makes, Starlink, SpaceX is simply because of government subsidies. Now, these are good government subsidies. Don't get me wrong. All subsidies are not bad. Some subsidies are very necessary so that these new industries can flourish and the U.S. can outpace and beat the competitors across the globe, which Elon is doing right now with SpaceX. There's no other program out there across the globe where you're seeing rockets land, reverse land, like diabolical, right? It's crazy. So subsidies are very important. Very important. Major wars before or after we go bankrupt, but this isn't the first time. For sure. You're right. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But let me see if I can find really quickly before we get to the charts and see what's going on here. Because we're starting to get a move back up. And actually, we just went long on Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this. We just went long on Bitcoin on the scalp. We closed out our short from yesterday. So we're now going long on Bitcoin, guys. So if you want to follow the live trade, go ahead and add to your position and go long. And we'll see how this pans out. We shall see how this pans out. I'm not confident, but you got to follow the signal, because you definitely would have made money yesterday going short. Double short, actually. Went double short on Bitcoin in yesterday's session. So just follow it. Let's see what happens. I'm not telling you to follow it, but I'm just saying I'm going to follow my signal and see what happens here on this long trade. And we'll see. Ethereum went long as well. As you can see here, Ethereum, we went long on Ethereum as well. I'm still tweaking and getting the new version, the updated version of the scalping system configured on Ethereum. So that's not quite ready yet. We're still working on that. But the old system still is good. Intraday is still a good system. So you can go long here as well on Ethereum. If you need to know where your stop losses are, I'll point those out to you really quickly. So Ethereum long, stop loss you want to have at around 24.30. 24.30 Ethereum stop loss. Bitcoin stop loss on this long 106.400. 106.400. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's get a little music going in the background, ladies and gents. All right, here we All right, so we just initiated again one long on Bitcoin, closing out our successful short from yesterday on Bitcoin, double short. So we locked in those gains there. We're now long on Bitcoin. 106,400 is your stop loss on this long. 24.30 is your stop loss on your Ethereum long. And you can get this signal with this chart right now for $24 a month. Round of applause. That's cheap. That's a steal. It ain't gonna stay that way. Don't worry, it will not stay that way. So you want to get locked in now. So good question. Little Bag Baby says, CB, talk about percentage of HODL bag should be used for trading. 10%, my friend. 10% of your bag should be active trading. Because if you have a system that actually works, it's actually going to outperform. It should outperform your HODL. Your buy and hold, your active trading system, that's the whole point of it. Your active trading system should beat buy and hold. That means even if buy and hold you lost for the year, let's say buy and hold you lost 30%, and your active trading portfolio lost 10%, that's still a net positive difference between buy and hold and your active trading system. That's what people fail to realize. Like, it doesn't mean it literally means it should just outperform or lose less. If it's a very, very bad year, lose less than you would have lost buying and holding. And how the automated system would impact your bags. It should offset any losses that you have, if you do have any. And then on the upside, it should outperform buy and hold. That's the whole goal. So again, 10% of your bag should go to actively trading. So you've got 100,000, 10,000. Go ahead and put 10 grand in there and see what it can do. If you want to be a more aggressive, 20% maybe, but 10% is the normal rule of thumb for that. You dig? Oh, one last thing. Poly market. Right now, we got a 36% chance that Israel and Syria normalizes relations in 2025. I can't believe that's that high. If we go to Middle East, look at this. That was crazy. If you bet that, that's crazy. I remember seeing this market. I didn't believe it, but they got it. Let's see what other markets they have in the Middle East right now. Let's see. U.S.-Iran nuclear deal before August. 11% chance. Israel, Syria normalizes. We just look at that one. Iran nuke in 2025. Good to see that at 10% chance. Yeah, this is crazy, man. A lot of scenarios up on Polymark right now. But that's pretty much it, guys, for today. Just wanted to let you guys know we did place 2 live trades. in the markets right now. 2 long trades. If you missed the entry, it's a good point to get in right now. I'll tell you that much. We got to pull back off that signal. Your stop loss on the Bitcoin long would be 106,400. Stop loss on the Ethereum long would be 2430, roughly. Again, get this system right now. Get this chart right now by scanning that QR code in the top right corner. We might be going back short on Ethereum very soon. It looks like if we do cross this threshold, the bloodline, we'll go short before we even hit the stop loss. On Ethereum, at least. Let's see. We trading live, ladies and gentlemen. Bloodalytics in full effect. Now remember, this is scalping. The swing trading, I just told you guys, we were short across the board except TRX. That's the only pair that we are long on. Everything else is short, and we're in the money on those shorts. All right, so TRX, just show you really quickly, TRX, we've been long since Friday on TRX. Very, very long and profitable trade. This is the swing trading. This is the swing trading. We've been on this trade since last Friday, so that's looking great. Bitcoin, we are still in the short. We're right around break even right now, so we'll watch that. Ethereum, short, in effect still, and it looks like we're not quite there yet. On the scalp, thought we were about to go short again on Ethereum. Not quite. So we got 2 different systems going on here. Swing trading, lot less maintenance, is really no maintenance, because the swing trading system is automated over on Blowfin. You can get a 30-day free trial if you would like with Blowfin. Scan that QR code. Okay, fill out that form, sign up with Blowfin. You need a new account with Blowfin. Even if you have one, you got to have a new account with the links I provide you to try the Bloodalytics swing trading system for 30 days. All right. Near, still in the short. So again, across the board, we're all short except for your Tron, which that's long in the tooth. The Tron trade has been since last Friday. All right, so that's long in the tooth. We've been taking profits on the way up. But as far as the scalping, we are in a long trade right now. And we'll monitor this. I'll monitor this. You already got your stop loss level set just in case. And it looks like we're about to go short. I want to try to get at least one more trade in and go short if we need to on Ethereum. Very close to going short. Very close. We'll give it one more minute. All right, we're going to go short on Ethereum. So we're going to reverse that trade. On Ethereum, I just went short. And looks like we're going for the lows of the session at 24.23 on Ethereum. This bad boy looks like it's about to fully traverse that move there. So we're short on Ethereum now. All right, we just got the signal to go short, but I knew we were going to go short prior to that, so that's why I went ahead and went short. Bitcoin turning around as well. Now Bitcoin, we're going to end up going short before we get the actual confirmation on the bloodline, because we're going to hit that. It's not really a stop loss. It's kind of like a soft stop loss, because if we hit that zone, it doesn't tap us out. It's fluid. It is fluid. It's just kind of an area of reversal. Very close. Let's take a look at what we have going on for the zones again. So here's the zone, the tight channel or consolidation zone we've been in since last Wednesday, and we're back towards the bottom of that channel. We had a little spike this hour. Will we go lower and break out to the downside? Will there be a pump fake like we had on Sunday? A pump fake to the upside, and then we ended up collapsing back into the consolidation zone. Will we get the same thing on the downside? Who knows? I don't try to predict, I just react. That's what you should be doing, reacting. The only game in that you should be reactive, not proactive with. Let the markets, let the candles tell you the direction it is going. All right, we're still getting a slight bounce right now. So what I'll do is I'll just monitor this for the rest of the trading session. Again, you can get this chart, scanning that QR code, signing up. This is the scalping system. Y'all have a great, productive day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget though, you can get the scalping system for free if you sign up with Blowfin. Don't forget that. Let me see if I can bring that up really quickly. They have a promo going on right now as well. So let me see if I can bring up Blowfin's promo, or not Blowfin, Bit2Next. They have a strange name, don't they? Bit2Next. So this is the promo going on right now with Bit2Next, and in addition to that, I'm giving away 5-day free trial of the scalping system. So sign up. Use this QR code you see right here. Sign up. Create an account. Email me at algo@cryptoblood.io with your UID number and your TradingView username. And I'll get you set up with a 5-day trial of the scalping system. All right, your boy Crypto Blood, man. I'm out of here. Peace.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.